Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, well, just how the new raid that's come to DB Legends does, or how best to tackle it with the latest one of the non-stop raids for the anniversary, the 5th non-stop raid I believe, versus Beast Gohan. Now overall I would say this is a pretty nice kind of hype raid. A lot of people obviously like Beast Gohan. I know the character doesn't make too much of a difference, but it's always nice to face some super enemies instead of, you know, just full power Jiren all over again. So yeah, pretty good stuff, I would say. And in general, just a really good kind of little update. Of course, it follows the standard raid procedure. So you will have 3 limited attempts per day, which will net you some 5-year anniversary medals. Alongside as well the ability to earn a raid honor by completing 3 attempts in total, which is obviously fantastic. And in the process of completing those 3 limited time attempts, or those 9 limited times attempts for 3 days worth, you can obviously get your hands on some more improved rewards. Now beyond that, there is a list of bonus characters. Obviously the goal is to have as many bonus characters as possible. Please remember that battle bonus characters are characters that do additional damage, whereby characters that just have a bonus are characters that will increase the drop rate of medals that you can obtain during the event. So that is the raid medals. Beyond that, I would say there isn't anything too wild that players need to know. Of course, as always, you should consider using the highest bonus characters that you can. This will enable you to maximize the rewards that you get from the event, more so than anything else. But yeah, I would say that's basically it. Beyond there, there's nothing really else too much to say. I'm going to build a team with units that most players should have, or at least have some of, to give you kind of an indication of what a decent or normal player can expect their drop rate to be. Obviously, if you have all the Legends Limited characters, then please use those Legends Limited characters. Don't actively not use them. You want to use the higher level bonus characters always. You don't want to be in a situation where you're not using them. Please don't just follow my team guides. Just use your highest bonus characters. That's always the best option. You got a couple of free-to-play units with the Fierce Fight units, which is at least nice. But beyond that, I would say there's not anything too crazy here. Obviously, the main goal is to get as many rewards as possible. You can exchange for chrono crystals, some really nice resources, voice lines. There's a lot that you can do. So I highly suggest to people that you do look into obviously doing raiding as much as possible, at least until you get all the major rewards. I think that's really the #1 thing that you want to do overall. Beyond that, there's not really anything too major, I would say. I think most players should be well covered with this event. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else that you should really focus on. Of course, you want to benefit as much as possible. There aren't any missions directly correlated to this beyond the raid honor missions. So I would say once you get the raid honor, you're at least kind of in like a solid zone, is what I would say. Obviously, you know, to each their own. Some people will want certain levels of, you know, I guess performance or things to do, etc. But yeah, I would say from my perspective, you're probably sitting in a good situation if you can just get all the limited time rewards, because the chrono crystals at least are probably the most generic and helpful gift that you can get out of everything, barring like the Z power and that. So yeah, I would definitely say that this is probably as good as it gets, at least in terms of overall performance. Again, it's just going to be entirely up to you to determine exactly how you want to tackle this event. But if you want to get the raid on it, you're going to have to do at least, you know, 9 attempts on separate days. You're going to have to get at least 9 total limited time reward attempts. Beyond that, the actual fight itself is very simple. So if you're not interested in how to play the event, You do not have to see this part. This is kind of just generally for new players or players who've never done it before. But yeah, generally speaking, your raids are quite straightforward if you've done them a couple times. Most players shouldn't have any major problems, at least with it overall. Obviously, beyond that, I would say there's nothing else too major, but of course, it's just going to depend on what your units are and how lucky you get, and also how your ally does, because remember, you are going to be somewhat dependent on the person that you are playing with, so that's always going to be something to be concerned about. Beyond that though, nothing much. Obviously, if you are doing it for the first time or you just want some tips, if your ally has a exclamation mark above their head, that's always a good sign to interrupt the enemy's attack on them. Try to strike the enemy with a strike card at the same time that they attack you with one. This will net you some pretty good rewards in terms of being able to pause the enemy and essentially allow you to a larger extent, kind of just push onwards and basically ace the enemy, so to say. Once you have any of that, you want to hit your Rising Rush at the same time. Make sure that you obviously time it correctly to ensure maximum damage, as always, something that's, I would say, pretty imperative and nets out a good result. And yeah, once you've done that, you should defeat the opposition. If you don't, then that's okay. It does happen sometimes, so you just repeat the process and go again. Beyond that though, that is basically everything you need to know. So hopefully you guys shouldn't have any major problems. And yeah, if you do, you can just let me know down below and I'll be able to assist you. But yeah, that's basically it. If you have any queries, obviously you can let me know down in the comments. Don't worry if Legends is a bit laggy when you're trying it. They're having a little bit of difficulty with just how popular Legends has been during the anniversary. They're just having a bit of problems with the amount of players that are playing, which is a good thing to a certain extent, but obviously we wish that they wouldn't have any major issues. But yeah, that's basically it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, try and make sure that you maximize these rewards. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and as always, I thank you guys very much for watching. It's always a lot of great support when you do, and it really helps me out overall on the channel. But this will be the 5th, and then we only have the 6th and 7th left, so almost there now, especially if you are someone who's been interested in the raid honors rewards. But yeah, that's it from me. Bye.